Hi, my name is Deidre, and I played Swagbucks for probably about 7 years. Um, so within the last year, I got really into playing it. Um, so basically, long story short, is I started to really hit it off with playing it and started getting Swagbucks, and they started to not reward me for them. Call the you write into customer service and they, oh, so sorry, demographically. Um, so anyways, basically long story short, they took an interest into my kids. And the more demographically they got from me, the more they asked questions in regards to my 9-year-old. And it started out innocent with toys, movies, and then one day it just got to be about asking about actors, if he felt that the actors were attractive and hot. Um, and which I felt was real weird. Then they asked his name, his birthday. They wanted to know what he liked to stream, like what he liked to stream off of, what games he liked to play, Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, stuff like that. Um, then one night they just asked if in the middle of a survey they asked his name, his birthday. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't realize that demographically for me, knowing where I come from, a rural area, and what county I come from, that they're getting information from me, that they're sending me stuff like soap. So they got my address. So now they're getting more information about my 9-year-old son. Um, Demographically, they give him the survey. They find ask his name, ask his birth date, and it's an anime survey. So we're 10 minutes into anime questions, and then all of a sudden they stop it and ask him if he is identifying as non-binary. Yes, no, or I don't know what that is. I instantly clicked no. I should have screenshot it, so I had it, but I didn't. And I it went on to ask more anime questions. They asked them questions about TV shows that contained heavy sex scenes, rape, drugs, um, explicit, just for young adults, not for 9-year-olds. And I wrote into customer service about it. They ignored it. They brushed it off. I contacted Prodigy LLC, found out that the surveys that they ask are demographically made by them. They create the surveys. They're a billionaire company. I contacted their customer service all summer long, called and called and called and called and emailed, contacted Swagbucks through their ticket system, nothing. Um, and mind you, I wasn't rewarded for anything. They asked me personal questions. They asked me if I identified as a Christian, if I was saved, if I was born again, if I was atheist. And I, of course, typed in I was saved again, and they discriminated me against that. They asked personal health questions that were very explicit, that HIPAA, you'd have to have HIPAA acts for. Finally, after I found this website, PissedConsumer, they emailed it, my response to Swagbucks. I was reached out by a guy named Craig who wanted to solve things and not escalate them, and that they wanted to give me some courtesy Swagbucks and wanted me to elaborate. I told the story from start to finish, and he wanted me to keep elaborating on the story. And I told him, I said, look, I told you the story, and I seen that I had 120 Swagbucks in my account, and they basically told me my son was worth 120 Swagbucks, which is $1.20, and that's all they're willing to compensate me. I told them I wanted $2,000 worth of Swagbucks because I have not been confiscated for 7 years up until now, and then you broke a COPPA Act, and that I will seek legal services. And basically, that's what they did. So demographically, they found out the more they got from me, they get, when they send you stuff, they know you got kids, you're feeding into that. And there's a COPPA Act that's any kid under the age of 13 is to be protected. They cannot ask names, favorite items, anything like that. That's breaking a privacy policy that's on their website. And I did seek legal services, and I did have a case. I do have a case, and I am seeking legal advice. How they can resolution with me is they can give me what I'm asking for, which is more than fair, that the lawyer said was more than a fair response. It's very generous because they could be paying a settlement. It made me feel mad and angry and discriminated against. So watch what you do when you're taking the surveys, and other survey sites are made by Prodigy too. So like Take 5, Prodigy, they have it. So be very careful of what you put in about your kids. I tried to solve it with them. I went through Swagbucks customer service numerous times. I even had to go through other surveys so I can contact their customer service in regards to the situation of my son being sexually discriminated against. Like he was exploited to sexual content that he should never have been exposed to under privacy policies called COPPA. So I reached out to Prodigy LLC through their customer service all summer long. I called, gave them my message, had them, I gave them my return number. I reached out through emails. I reached out through whatever which way I could reach out to, and I did not get a response. How I got a response was through Pissed Off Consumer, and they marked my email as critical, and that's how I got responded back to by a customer service rep through Swagbucks named Craig, and which was not very nice. The solution I'm looking for is I would like 2,000 swag bucks. I feel like that's more than generous. I did seek legal counsel through Morgan and Morgan Law, and I spoke with a lawyer named Justin, and he said that that was more than fair. He's like, that's just like very generous. He goes, because they could be paying a settlement, and he did give me a number to reach out to seek more legal services because unfortunately their lawyers did not handle what I needed, but he did say I have a case because my 9-year-old was exposed to material that he was too young to be exposed to under the COPPA Act, and I did have a case. I would really want to resolve this peacefully and not escalate it to lawyers. I don't want to have to do that. I'm not that type of person, and I don't want to have to do that. But I can't accept anything less than 2,000 swag bucks. Like 2,000 dollars worth of swag bucks. That's 4 gift cards. They're a billionaire company. It's pennies to them, and to tell me that my son's worth $1.20, that's insulting. Like I just feel like that's more than fair. Um, I just want to resolve it peacefully and not escalate it. They didn't want to escalate it, but they're escalating it. You made me wait 3 months to respond to me. You haven't rewarded me. You've asked me questions that have broke HIPAA laws. You violated my son. You violated your privacy policy, and you made me wait 3 months. And you have been terrible to me in customer service. You've belittled me and treated me less than. You've discriminated against me. You've asked me discriminatory survey questions, disqualified me from them. So basically, I'm discriminated in the survey questions. So yeah, I'm looking for, give me what I want. Like you haven't rewarded me. You haven't rewarded me for the games I played. You haven't rewarded me for the surveys I'm taking. That's like a job. You're putting time into it. Pay your employees. So I asked for $2,000 worth of swag bucks. That's 4 gift cards, and I feel like that's more than fair. Feel like it's peaceful. It's smooth. It's a smooth transition, and be respectful of that. That's I don't. It's more than fair. And the lawyer said so himself. His name is Justin from Morgan and Morgan Law.